a land stretching from the mountains and plateaus. Nestled in the Eastern Ghats is Odisha, the state that braves the tides of the Bay of Bengal. It is home to diverse flora and fauna, known as one of the largest mineral-rich states. Odisha stands out among other Indian states due to its vibrant and varied tribal culture. It has the third highest percentage of tribal population in the country. The state is known for the presence of 62 distinct tribal communities. The majority of tribes reside in forested and hilly areas.
और हम हैं लांजिया सोरा।
मैं डंगरिया कंद से हूँ।
मैं हेली कुटिया कंद।
और मैं जुआंग कम्युनिटी को हूँ।
मैं लोधा बोहिला होते।
Bordannya nim singkul fodor nya sora.
This rich tribal culture has long been vulnerable in the state. These tribes are skillful, but growth is always not all-inclusive. Here it has resulted in them being in a deprived and underprivileged state. Out of these tribes, 13 have been identified as the particularly vulnerable tribal groups, or PVTGs. These PVTGs score low on development indices, but their culture outshines the fact that they have been the most disadvantaged for years. Improving the conditions of these tribes seems to have become a priority, and that's what various developmental programs are trying to achieve.
अभी जो ओपिलिप आया वो कुछ ट्रेनिंग माध्यम से हमको सिखाया ठीक रेट में भेजने के लिए।
हमारा ओपिलिप ओडिकेडिया वो आगे वो ट्रेनिंग दिए हमको कैसा भेजने से हमको लाभ होता है और खेती होता है। ओपिलिप ओडिकेडिया आने से ही लोगों ने बहुत चेंजेस हुआ है।
Empowerment and livelihoods improvement programs for the tribes aims to achieve improved living conditions and reduced poverty. A perfect example of how the local community grows through some of these efforts can be seen in the Dongriya community. The Niyamgiri Hill Range is where the Dongriya Kond reside. Niyamgiri is a region with gushing streams and heavily forested hills. The Dongriya are dwellers of the hills. They worship the mountain god, Niyam Raja, and the hills that presides over. The Dongriyas indulge in traditional ways of cultivation in the vast orchards created over the decades. Their economic activities focus on harvesting fruits, though most of the profits are taken by middlemen. This has led to their unenviable condition for decades. To bring about change, the authorities have been working closely with the locals and channelizing the Dongriya skill in horticulture to help these tribal households in capacity building, securing their rights to the land, and improving their agricultural methods for higher yields. The Dongriyas are not just known as horticulturalists, they are also famous for their expert weaving and embroidery. The Kapraganda shawl of the Dongriyas symbolizes their rich heritage and identity. Such excellent craftsmanship has opened another avenue for them that can provide a livelihood.
Imban mila poda ne kisi pata poda kindu ne kisi buddhi hatna vehndu unjisi mange ma Opelip na agar misa mange vehtime daner.
पेरेंट्स को पता नहीं था कि पैसा का ज़रूरत क्या है, तो वो जब चाहते थे कि हम जैसे जंगल में जाके वैसे बच्चे लोग को हमारे साथ लेके जाएंगे। लेकिन आजकल क्या हो गया, जब से एजुकेटेड हो गए तो उन लोगों को पता चल गया कि एजुकेशन का इम्पोर्टेंस क्या है।
This shift in perspective has been seen across the various tribes. With better prospects and financial independence, the future generation now has more opportunities. Various initiatives are also being taken to improve the food and nutrition security amongst these tribes. And the best way for intervention is to start with the young ones. The Lanjia Sauras are benefiting from one such initiative. This is a tribe of Highlanders. They live in the mountainous region of the Rayagarh and Gajapati districts of southern Odisha. One of the oldest tribes in Odisha, the Lanjia Saora, finds mention in Hindu mythology. Known for their excellent water management and terrace cultivation, the hard-working men and women work on the farms. As these workers head to the fields, their children are left unattended. To provide better infrastructure, a creche has been set up and is managed by the local tribal women's self-help groups.
मैं बच्चे लोग का ख्याल रखती हूँ। उसके मम्मी पापा यहाँ पे बच्चे को सुबह में छोड़ने आती है और लोग काम करने चला जाते हैं।
The villagers have benefited from this creche. It has proved to be a holistic support system for farmers and field workers.
बच्चे लोग यहाँ पे सुरक्षित रहती है। उसका मम्मी पापा को भी कुछ टेंशन नहीं होता है।
The meals provided to the kids here aim to cater to their nutritional requirements. One of the objectives is to regularly monitor the growth of these kids. Apart from the basic needs of a kid, the idea is to provide proper nurturing and create ample opportunities for the younger generation. One primary aspect of their religion is the idital, ceremonial paintings created in honor of their deities.
से इडिताल रे आम पूर्व पुरुष मानकर ये प्रकार इडिताल टा आमे चलीଛୁ आज पर्यंत मो पिला माने.
With changing times, this art form has been dying, leaving very few patrons who still pursue this art. Training programs to promote idital amongst the youth in the tribe have a newfound curiosity. Traditionally, these mural paintings were done only to decorate walls of the huts. But now, idital paintings are being produced on canvas for commercial sale.
कहीं आज मु जदि खेती बाड़ कली खेती बाड़ जो फुक दरे से बेले तो नाई आ कौटे श्राय करवा नाई को औषध मारवा नाई से आमर देवादेवी की संतुष्ट करके से जदि आज आम अच्छु आम जदि मरजीव ए जिनसा किए उद्भित कर देश विदेश भी यहाँ आमर सम्मानित आडिताल माध्यम.
The effort to revive this art is being made, and it's upon the youngsters to take it forward and revive this part of their rich cultural heritage. Addressing the cultural, social, educational, and economic aspects is key to any community's growth. One such alternative employment opportunity for the PVTG community is the tailoring unit that has been set up. These tailoring units in the village have emerged as skill development centers. The villagers are continuously learning to stitch and have permanent access to the tools of their trade. Similar to the tailoring unit, many tribes have found their path toward development, be it the cultivation of lemongrass, harnessing solar energy, or better livestock management. With some help, the tribes of Odisha are braving the tides of change and embracing the future with confidence. Although the hardships never stopped for these communities, the people braced them with a positive approach. Each of these tribes has a unique identity, and all of them offer something new to the global effort of resyncing with nature.